Hey everybody, welcome back. Uh this is this is going to be a weird one because typically I talk about Star Rail and do a recap of the special program, um which I did live stream it for what it's worth. If you want to see my live reaction, you can go watch that VOD. Um I want to talk about just 3.0 and 2.7 in general, I think. So we're going to try this. Rather than recap some stuff, I'm going to talk about what I think it means for the future of the game, and we can kind of take it from there. So, like to kick off, all the characters from Amphorius look pretty dope. There's some kids in there. I don't know what they were doing. He looks insane. Uh, this dude with the lion, bro, freaking nuts. Her River Styx girl, yeah, right. I don't know who, like, dude, they all look sick, and it's a crazy kind of ancient Greece inspired situation. We're listening to Black Swan and taking her advice and going to Amphorius, which is great. I will go anywhere Black Swan tells me to. um, they did a lot of quality of life stuff, right? The wishful resin, like you're now going to be able to not only choose the main stat with the model resin, but now with this new stuff, you're going to be able to pick the substats as well. And if that wasn't crazy enough, they're introducing another item that allows you to re-roll the level distribution on the substats. Like, I mean, bro, come on. They're updating simulated universe to keep your save files, to quickly farm ornaments for the entire length of the patch, which is great. Um, there was a lot of good quality of life adjustments that they're making, and I'm not even touching the fact that Trailblazer now has a room. Okay, Trailblazer does have a room. We're going to be able to customize it. It's got a gaming center. It's got a bathroom. We have an ensuite. We're freaking rolling in it, bro. We got a trophy little section that you can put up stuff that we've collected from all the worlds we visited to, which is the thing that I was most excited about when they first announced it. But I think one of the more exciting factors, and oh, by the way, yeah, we're getting a free 5-star too. Imagine. we get a 10 pull with the 2.7 update, and we get a free 5-star character. Standard, but still. Okay. And this is all the patch before a main version update. This is the filler patch before 3.0. Now look, I'm up on my Star Rail nonsense right now. Okay? I am. I'll admit it. But genuinely, I can't think of that many patches that were just pure filler. Just, hey, bide the next 6 weeks and we'll just see what happens, right? There have been a couple, but not that many. And I, for one, would not anticipate a pre main update going from the current version to, the next whole number version update, like a 3.0. I wouldn't expect that version to be packed with so much good stuff. But it is. And that gives me hope. That makes me excited. That makes me want to play the game. Because I know that a lot of places, okay, a lot of companies, a lot of dev teams, they'd be like, yeah, this is kind of what we have going on here, but look at 3.0. Look how cool this stuff's going to be after we get through the next 6 weeks. Just like we're working so hard to make 3.0 so cool that 2.7, yeah, we had to cut some hours a little bit, right? It's not that great. No, they said we're gonna give you 2 banger patches right after each other. And I genuinely, I throughout all of the 2 point version updates, I can't think of many filler patches that were just really lame. There were like maybe 2, if I'm remembering right. But all of Penacony was a bop. Even going back to the Cienjo was pretty, that was pretty okay. I thought that was pretty decent. And they've introduced these little things where like characters like March 7th has a different path, right? And it's completely free. You don't have to roll for it. And I'm just like, man, why is Star Rail so good? It's crazy how good Star Rail is. I will also point out that we're getting a new path, the Remembrance Path. That's coming in 3.0. I believe she is confirmed to be that. We got her drip marketed a couple days ago before the heard it, and also evidently Trailblazer, who I missed. I missed Trailblazer for Remembrance Path getting announced, which I feel real dumb about, but here we are. There was a portion in here that basically showed that you're getting like a familiar or a summon on the field. So it's kind of like having a little helper, right? So think of things like Numby, for example, or the Lightning Lord. Those guys are, I think, technically considered summons, right? And when they announced Sunday and what his kit did, all of that, I stopped and I thought, well, man, I don't really have any characters with summons. But it makes sense, right? Because they just had the Fire Healer Dragon Lady, right? And she kind of has like a summon, the little bunny guy. There's the Lightning Lord, which I don't know how Jing Yuan keeps getting buffed every freaking patch, but here we are. Here we are, going into 2025. Jing Yuan mains continue to get preferential treatment every update. And I was like, well, I still really want Sunday because I think he's cool. So I'll just use him exclusively. Like, literally just exclusively with Topaz. Because they were really driving home the summons buffs. It buffs the character and their summons. Right? I have to assume, right, that the Remembrance Path with their little familiar guys is going to act as a summon. So I think Sunday is maybe the best pre 3.0 character you can get right now. That's my assumption. Because I don't know why else they would really drive home the buffing summons portion other than to have it work with the new Remembrance Path mechanic. Because even like my case alone, there's not that many characters that have like an extra summon situation, right? Also, Fugue being another super great character is crazy. It's just a side note there. But I think that Sunday is probably the most important character you can probably get in preparation for 3.0. Now, this is not me telling you to pull for him. And he will most certainly come up, especially with the new path, if the mechanics are interacting the way that I think they will. Most certainly he will be rerun. But for what it's worth, Harmony characters, very seldom. In fact, I don't know that they ever actually have lost any of their luster. At least the 5 stars. Like, even Bronya to an extent is still super good, right? Especially if you don't have any of those super Bronyas that got released later in like 2.0 and stuff, right? So, I think overall, their introduction of Sunday and what he's doing is setting up a really strong support character for Remembrance Path characters in general, which is really cool. I'm glad that he seems to be a staple, because I think Sunday is dope. So, all of that said, Remembrance characters having like a summon, right? Sunday buffing that. There's now, remember, a Fate collab happening in Q3 of 2025. That will be roughly around the end of the main 3.0 story arc. Servants, right? I don't think I have to explain the archetype of the Fate franchise, but heavily involved in, servants and summoning servants. So, is that somehow also going to correspond? I don't know. Will Sunday also be really good for the Fate collab characters? I don't know. Will Sunday get power crept? Maybe. I would have to assume that there will be other support characters, maybe even Harmony characters in general, that are going to buff summons, especially if, characters on Remembrance are going to have that mechanic. Some ideas for thought. But I genuinely believe that 3.0 is going to be awesome. I think 2.7 is going to be awesome. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And I'm happy and excited to cover Star Rail again, even though it's not the main popularity of my channel. I'm excited to continue covering the game because it is clear that they actually care about it. And the dev team puts a lot of effort in. And, it's not Wuthering Waves responsive in terms of like feedback and fix. But they do address it. And it doesn't take years. Right? So, I'm excited for the future of Star Rail. I hope you are also. And if you haven't played it yet, you haven't tried it out, genuinely, it's one of my favorite gachas that I've ever played. Like, it's in my top 3 of all time, for sure. Try it out. You got nothing to lose. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me glaze up Honkai Star Rail for like 10 minutes. And I will see you in the next one, because I'm pretty sure Wuthering Waves just dropped a video last night too.